Maradona comparison, he equals the same number of World Cup appearances as the former great Argentinian number 10. It was only the second anniversary of his death yesterday, and I'm looking at Lionel Messi right now, just adjusting his captain's armband on his left bicep, just on the bottom of his short-sleeved, light blue and white striped Argentina shirt, and we are underway here on 5 Live on BBC Sounds, and you can barely hear yourself think inside the stadium. So Argentina playing from left to right in the first half as we look at it, and Mexico defending that goal away to our right-hand side in those rich green shirts. Hector Herrera gets an early challenge in midfield, and he knocks the ball out for a throw-in on the left to Argentina, and we need to assess whether Mexico have gone with the back three. Nestor Araujo has come into the team. Yeah,
we wondered, didn't we, seeing the Mexican team, and it looks like they have gone to the 3 centre-halves, those 2 wing-backs, so a change of formation in a game that would be interesting to see how Mexico approach this one, because they may think a draw this evening and it will still be in their hands.
Yes, slightly less pressure on them. I mean, certainly in terms of expectation of going on to win the trophy, but also in terms of the fact that they've actually got a point in the group already from the 0-0 draw against Poland. So we'll wait and see just how important that penalty save from Lewandowski was in the first game. Argentina seeing more of the ball early on, bringing it forward down the left-hand side. Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United, who's come in as the left-sided centre-back this evening. He's replaced Christian Romero, who was beaten for Saudi Arabia's first goal in this stadium, the equaliser that set them up for the 2-1 win. Messi on the ball for the first time in the centre circle. Lovely little dart between 2 players, and Argentina work it out to Acuna on the left-hand side. Cross comes into the far post, headed away by Jesus Gallardo, Mexico's left back. Now Di Maria picks up, a little bit of skill from him, beats one man, beats Gallardo, plays it back to the edge of the box. Argentina trying to work it away around the right-hand side. De Paul's cross is blocked, throwing Argentina on the right. 2 minutes played. Argentina 0, Mexico 0.
Yeah, lovely piece of skill, wasn't it, from Di Maria? Just shaping up to cross the ball with his left foot, chopping inside and popping the ball out to Rodrigo De Paul.
Throw-in comes back to Nicolas Otamendi, the one member of the Argentina defence that kept his place from the first game against Saudi Arabia. I'll take you through the 2 teams when I get a chance. Ball down the right to the right-back Montiel. He couldn't keep it in play, so that's a throw-in to Mexico. That is an unbelievable noise inside this enormous, spectacular stadium. And the riot of colour that we can see around as well. The greens and those light blue and whites everywhere. The stadium feels like it's moving at the moment. Fans jumping up and down. Throw in on the left-hand side for Mexico, taken by Gallardo. Cleared up towards the halfway line. That is flicked on, but that's easily covered by Otamendi, who plays back to his goalkeeper, Emi Martinez, getting the cheers from the Mexican fans. Martinez in goal. Gonzalo Montiel of Sevilla at right back. Marcos Acuna of Sevilla's come in at left back. He, Chris, is called El Huevo, the egg. I'm not precisely sure why, but eggs have featured heavily on our trip so far. I'm yet to have one cracked over my head because I continue to succeed at our little social media game of Would I Lie to Bruce. Otamendi on the ball inside his penalty area. Plays out to Montiel. Montiel with a long ball forward up towards the halfway line. Messi jumps. He's beaten in the air. Here's Acuna, nods it down into midfield. And there's Alexis McAllister. What a big night for him. Brighton regular now at the Amex Stadium, but this is very different gravy, winning only his 9th cap. And Angel Di Maria, so often the big player on the big occasion for Argentina, finds Messi right in the heart of the Mexican half. Little pass around the corner from McAllister, doesn't find a teammate. Chance for Mexico to break with Alexis Vega. Montiel goes down holding his face, and the referee has blown his whistle and says free kick Argentina. 4 minutes played. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, feisty start and coming together. The Argentinian and Mexican players. It was Vega, wasn't it? He's saying I did nothing wrong. I think he's slightly unfortunate. Gets his arm across Gonzalo Montiel. He does catch him in the chin, but I think he's entitled to do that, hold his ground. Interesting the way that Mexico have set up. It looks like they're playing with split strikers.
Yeah.
Lozano and Vega, and Luis Chavez just in behind, and you've got the old stagers, Herrera and Guardado, in those holding positions in midfield. Got the medical team on.
Yeah, while we wait for Montiel to receive treatment and pick himself up, let's do an important bit of business. The Mexican journalist who joined us before the game said a big hello to his family back in London, the people he knows there. You've got a little hello to do this evening, haven't you? To a couple of listeners.
Yeah, a couple of teachers at my daughter's school, Mr. Good and Mr. Fields. Excellent teachers, you can't beat a good teacher, but a big hello to them from Qatar to North Norfolk.
We promised we'd do it, we've done it. I just hope they're listening right at the start of the game. By the way, this game, not on BBC television this evening, but if you are watching the pictures on ITV, you can, if you're a bit clever, and sync it up. If you want our commentary, you can listen to us on BBC Sounds, turn the sound down and watch the pictures on ITV. Absolutely up to you, whatever you want to do. 6 minutes in, Argentina 0, Mexico 0, and the latest at Twickenham, England on the wrong end of a heavy scoreline at the moment against South Africa. England 6, South Africa 27. South Africa currently down to 14 men, will be down to 14 men for the rest of the game. They've had a player sent off and there's about 15 minutes to go. Chris Jones will keep us updated. Still 0-0, Montiel's back on his feet. There was no yellow card, was there, for Vega? Free kick given, and we're back underway. Ball down the line to Di Maria, inside his own half on the right-hand side. Di Maria is chased by Gallardo, places it back to Otamendi. Otamendi comes jogging out of the penalty area. Low pass to his left, finds Lisandro Martinez, back to Emi Martinez, all in green, sweeps the pass out low with his right foot to Montiel. Montiel down the line here to Rodrigo de Paul. He might turn into trouble, he has done. Vega's putting the pressure on, and he's won it. And Gallardo wants it, but he's gone for a low ball into the Argentina penalty area, half cleared, but only as far as Herrera. Herrera plays this back here to the right-sided centre-back, Araujo. He plays it to the right-hand side to Kevin Alvarez. Araujo gets it back. Here's Alvarez again. Mexico with possession inside the Argentina half, wide on the right-hand side. Alvarez pokes that one down the line for Lozano to chase. Lozano is followed out there by Martinez. The cross is blocked, and Mexico win the first corner of the game. Yeah,
really aggressive, aren't they? Mexico, very, very sharp start from them, as we expected. And they make something from this set piece.
Talking about the anxiety of the Argentine fans, John Southall, our producer, bumped into Mauricio Pochettino earlier on today, caught up with him. He was also feeling a little nervous ahead of this one, I understand. 8 minutes played, Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Corner will come in from the right. 6 green shirts inside the penalty area. They go for a clever one. They pass it straight to Lionel Messi, which doesn't seem so clever. Messi's ball out from the back. Doesn't find a teammate. Yeah. Mexico have it on the halfway line. Clearly
that wasn't off the training ground. What, the left footer ran over the ball, then a right footer took it and whipped it straight to Lionel Messi in the near post space. Very odd.
Yeah, I wonder what Mr. Fields and Mr. Good would have to say about that. Free kick conceded. Strong challenge on Irving Lozano, Chucky Lozano as he's known, Napoli winger, playing as one of the split strikers for Mexico this evening, who have this incredible record really of always in recent times getting out of the groups at the World Cup. They've managed it at the last 8 World Cups, but in the last 7 they've gone out in the last 16.
But they don't have a good record against Argentina, do they?
Correct. At the World Cup, played them 3 times, lost 3 times. Last 10 games, Argentina unbeaten against them. Mexico's last win back in 2004, 18 years ago in the Copa America. They have a free kick. It's wide on the left-hand side. It's curled into that Argentinian penalty area. Gets a touch and goes across the face of the Argentine goal. Players stretching for it. Couldn't get the crucial touch, Herrera, to try and knock it in. That's a goal kick for Argentina.
Yeah, it's a good ball in, really good ball in. Yeah, was it Montes? Just makes a run. So to the 10-12 yards out, deflects the ball the outside of his left boot, and it just creeps past Martinez's far post.
Don't think Lautaro Martinez, up top for Argentina, has touched the ball as yet. Long ball downfield from Emi Martinez, headed forward by Gallardo. De Paul's got his header wrong and has given the ball away. Curling pass from Lozano. He's looking for his strike partner Vega, but it's headed back by Montiel to the goalkeeper Martinez. So
it's quite odd, isn't it, that Martinez is deciding just to lump the ball up the pitch with Lautaro Martinez and Lionel Messi up top. The Mexican backline will be delighted with that.
Rodrigo de Paul under pressure, challenged in midfield by Luis Chavez. Free kick for Argentina. Emi Martinez in goal, Montiel at right back, Acuna at left back, Otamendi and Lisandro Martinez the two centre-backs. Rodrigo de Paul, Alexis McAllister and Guido Rodriguez of Real Betis, who's come into this side this evening to replace Leandro Paredes, Di Maria and Messi in support of Lautaro Martinez, who is chasing the ball at the moment down the inside right channel. It's gone back to the goalkeeper Ochoa, who's in a fetching clash of red goalkeeping jersey, blue shorts, blue socks. Ball out on the left-hand side. Gallardo wants to take Messi on, beats him down the left. Vega can't control it. Back with Otamendi inside the Argentina half. And the game is just starting to settle into a little bit of a rhythm. 11 minutes gone. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Earlier on today, France beating Denmark by 2-1. 2 wins out of 2 for the world champions. Australia with their win against Tunisia. The Mitchell Duke header made that game 1-0. And Poland in this group sitting top of it after their 2-0 win over Saudi Arabia. Argentina faced Poland in their last group game. Ochoa clears. Otamendi wins the header, but it bounces off a teammate, and Mexico away down the left. Ball with the outside of the right foot. Very nearly gets Lozano away. Then a crunching 50-50 there. Rodrigo de Paul goes flying in on Guardado, and the ball goes out for a throw into Argentina on the right.
Yeah, both players not holding back their ferocious challenge. No quarter given. I think it's how we expected it with what's on this game this evening. Montiel
with this incredible din all around this stadium. Plays the ball back here to Otamendi, now of Benfica. Floats a pass out to the left-hand side. Lisandro Martinez plays it down the left. Acuna's ball is cut out. Throw in again. Argentina on the left. And back it comes into the heart of the Argentine defence. Left-footed curling pass infield. Rodrigo de Paul let it run past him. Mexico have it with Gallardo. He plays back to the edge of his own penalty area, gets it back from Hector Moreno, and Gallardo tries to get the pass away down the left. He's tackled, and the assistant referee eventually decides that's a throw in Argentina. So Guillermo Ochoa is the goalkeeper for Mexico. Nestor Araujo, Cesar Montes, Hector Moreno, the 3 centre-backs. Kevin Alvarez into the team this evening, right wing back. Jesus Gallardo on the left-hand side. Hector Herrera, the 36-year-old Guardado, winning his 179th cap tonight, with Luis Chavez as well in the midfield. Split strikers, Hirving Lozano and Alexis Vega. Wide to the right, and the ball finds Montiel. Montiel's lost it. Appeals for a handball. Referee agrees. Free kick Argentina. Guardado's not having it. He's picked his ball up and he's walking off.
With Guardado there, I don't think there's much. Guardado wins a challenge. Initially, a little ricochet of Montiel back into Guardado's hand, but his hand was by his side. That should never have been a free kick. Argentina playing a narrow midfield, aren't they? McAllister really narrow off that left-hand side, and Acuna giving them real width.
And interesting to watch this. So this is Guido Rodriguez who's come into the team, who's playing in sort of holding midfield, but he's right between the 2 centre-backs there, almost turning it into a 3, with Otamendi to his right, ball on the halfway line, Lisandro Martinez to his left, and the main man Messi gets involved and plays the ball to Lisandro Martinez. There's a Lisandro, there's an Emiliano, there's a Lautaro, 3 of the Martinezes. Argentina have lost it. Vega brings it forward in those rich green shirts for Mexico, wide to Lozano, sliding challenge from Martinez, and the ball goes out for a Mexican throw on the right.
Yeah, those split strikers for Mexico looking to cause the Argentinian backline problems with their pace. Lozano peeling out to the right-hand side and Vega left of centre.
Mexico have it then inside their own half. Middle of their 3 centre-backs is Cesar Montes. Interestingly, 8 of this starting 11 play their club football in Mexico, domestic-based players. Ball wide on the right for them. think about getting an early cross in. They come back to Araujo. Araujo to Montes, across to Hector Moreno in his white boots. Ball into the middle of the park. Herrera's there, closed down by Guido Rodriguez, and passes back to Araujo. Mexico comfortable in possession inside the Argentine half. Ball's wide on the right, comes in to Herrera. Herrera controls, plays it back out to the right. They've lost it now, Mexico, but giving it away to Lozano. And Lozano's up to the edge of the area, slightly overruns it. Good challenge on him from Otamendi, who goes down dramatically holding his face. Gets a free kick. Argentina think about going quickly. The referee doesn't allow it because they've not taken it from the right spot. You've got a feeling there's going to be a few flashpoints here, Chris, don't you?
Yeah, there is, and Otamendi is caught, but he goes down so theatrically, doesn't he? He does, and we're not fans of that. No, we're not.
I'm not saying I would want a Herrera glancing blow in the face, particularly.
It wasn't much of one.
No, but Messi.
I'd be disappointed if you went down in that fashion. If I caught you.
Argentina trying to work it up the left-hand side. Little step over from Alexis McAllister. McAllister's done well. He's beaten one man. Plays it back to Messi. Messi on the dribble. Mesmerising stuff as always. And the pass from De Paul has hit the referee. And the referee shrugs and says, well, look, if you play the ball straight at me and I'm 2 yards away, I can't get out of the way in time, can I?
Yeah, I'm with the referee there. He was only a couple of yards away, wasn't he? But what could he do?
The longer this stays as a draw, it really worries me, considering the permutations that you went through earlier on this evening. So
I'm happy to read them out.
No thanks, Chris. No thank you. Here's Guido Rodriguez, again in between those two Argentine centre-backs. Right-footed pass forward from McAllister. Messi couldn't control it. Mexico have it. Quickly knocked up high to the halfway line. Header won by Martinez, chested down by Lautaro Martinez. Now runs into one of the Mexican players, Guardado. I think it's an offside that's gone up. Guardado's gone down now holding his face. Lautaro Martinez accidentally bumped into it, but I think he's given that for offside. Martinez has some hairstyle on him as well. It's that sort of cockatoo look, so it's... No, it is, isn't it?
The cockatoo look?
Well, you know what I mean. It's short on sides and the back, and then really spiky on the top, but a bit of a sort of a whip to the left-hand side.
Is that what you think when he goes in to have his hair cut? I'll have a cockatoo. Who does that?
It's probably called that, Chris. Probably called that in Argentina.
Do you know what a cockatoo is in?
No, I don't. But someone will text us and let us know. 5 Live on BBC Sounds here at the World Cup Day 7. Real jeopardy in this game. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. If Argentina lose it, they are out, along with the host Qatar, with a group game still to play. But you, Chris, don't you? You think, and I agree with you as well, it's almost must win. Win the next 2 games, they're through. They know that. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, I mean, look, we're only, 18 minutes in so far, but Argentina haven't laid a glove on Mexico. No. It's been really comfortable. Mexico, that change of shape, the 3 centre-halves, it's working so far.
Ball up towards the halfway line. Di Maria goes tumbling. No free kick awarded. Hector Moreno, very experienced left-sided centre-back, winning his 130th cap this evening for his country. Plays back to his goalkeeper, Ochoa. Cesar Montes out to Araujo, inside the Mexican half. Back with Montes in his green shirt, white shorts, red socks, walking pace, and again just slowly rolls it back to Ochoa. Di Maria thinks about trying to put the goalkeeper under pressure, moves in again. Ochoa chips a ball to his left-hand side. Argentina start to press, but there's plenty of time for Guardado to play it up the left. Headed into the Mexican half. This runs to Lozano. Lovely first touch and spin, and away he goes. Challenged by Rodriguez, wins the free kick in a central position about 30 yards from goal.
I've got to say, I didn't think that was a free kick. Lozano gets away from Otamendi, and he just throws himself to the floor. We've seen a bit of that tonight, haven't we? It's not really a shooting opportunity. You can't shoot from there, can you? Well, you can.
You could.
It's slightly foolish to shoot from there, I think. Well, he must be all of 35 yards.
Yeah, but Chris, with these footballs, bit of swerve, bit of swaz, you never know. Test the keeper. Let's see what they do. I agree with you. I don't think they will. go for goal.
Would you shoot from there?
I wouldn't reach the goal from there, Chris. Alexis Vega stands over the ball. He wears number 10. Argentina's number 10, you'll know well. Lionel Messi, carrying the hopes of a nation once more. And I was speculating much earlier on, and it's obviously something to deal with after the game if Argentina lose. Would he even play in the final group game? If they do, I wonder. Could it be the last time we see him playing in a World Cup? Let's hope not. 20 minutes gone first half, 0-0. Free kick for Mexico. Vega runs over the ball, worked from Herrera, chipped up in the air. Oh, Martinez comes and grabs it on the bounce. Didn't get it first time, looked a little nervy. Argentina survived.
Yeah, it's a well-worked free kick. The ball centre left just popped out to Luis Chavez, who helps the ball into the box, and Martinez made a bit of a meal of that. A lot of height on the ball, comes and tries to collect 6 yards out, gathers at the second attempt.
21 minutes played, first half at the Lusail Stadium. 90,000 capacity. It looks pretty jam-packed. It certainly sounds jam-packed. We hope you're enjoying the occasion with us. 4 more World Cup games on the way for you tomorrow. Loose pass back means Otamendi has to go herring back down the right-hand touchline. Plays back to Martinez. Under pressure, the goalkeeper clears with his right foot. Headed down by Herrera. Intercepted by De Paul. Tries to find Messi but can't. Oh, Messi's in fast there to win the ball on the halfway line. Nearly turns into a counter-attack for Argentina. Argentina get a free kick, and the first Mexican player is booked. That is Araujo for his challenge on Marcos Acuna.
Yeah, he was pressed by Messi, wasn't he? Which is unusual for Lionel Messi to press the ball, and then he just overruns the ball, and it's a really wild challenge to Acuna, and maybe lucky to see yellow there. Let's have another look at that, but.
Have a look, Chris.
While you do, just about right.
While you do, Acuna is down hurt, might need treatment. Let's check in at Twickenham. Chris Jones watching England, South Africa.
4 minutes to go, Ali. England 13, South Africa 27. England were 25-6 down last week, came back to draw 25-all. They were 27-6 down. Henry Slade scored, had Twickenham on its feet, but it's too little too late. South Africa are not letting this one slip. They've got a 5-metre scrum. They're going to have a big win at Twickenham. Where do England go from here? It's going to cap a very disappointing 2022. England 13, South Africa 27, 4 minutes to play at Twickenham.
Thank you, Chris. Back underway here in the first half in Doha. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. There's been some thrilling rugby played in those autumn internationals. Wales 34, Australia 39 earlier on today. Di Maria trying to find Messi. Ball bounces back to Di Maria almost. Martinez with a little back heel. Messi stretches. Can't get there. Someday for the Aussies, Chris. Football team beats Tunisia. Rugby team beats Wales. That's an absolute ripper.
Yeah, great day for Australia, although not so sure that was an Australian accent.
Otamendi to McAllister, who just looked a little nervous on the ball there. He's being pressured, gets it back to Rodriguez. Wide it goes to Lisandro Martinez, who's almost in a left-back position when Rodriguez drops between the two centre-backs, and Otamendi comes trotting over to the right-hand side. Rodriguez drives the pass, 60 yards with his right foot. Messi comes to get it off Montiel. He's tackled, wins a throw-in for Argentina on the right.
They're paying Messi such close attention. He's playing in that central striking role, but started to really drift about to try and influence this game because it's been so comfortable for Mexico at the back so far. They're frustrating the Argentinians.
Messi at the moment is just walking wide on the right, not involved in the game at all. Argentina attacking down the left-hand side. Ball is played into the centre of midfield. McAllister is 40 yards from goal. Messi was lurking, now he gets it. Wonderful first touch, little left-footed pass to the edge of the box, play to the right. Montiel's cross, almost floated in at the near post. Ochoa has it covered, and the flag was up for an offside, I think. So that's going to be a free kick. Argentina 0, Mexico 0.
Yeah, Montiel, he is offside, marginally offside, but is looking along the line. But clever little play from Messi. The ball fizzed into Lautaro Martinez, who then feeds the ball out on that right-hand side.
Two managers tonight, both out on the edge of the pitch at the moment, are a very good story. Used to play together even at Newell's Old Boys in Argentina. That is Lionel Scaloni in the tracksuit and polo shirt, all in dark blue on the left-hand side, and Tata Martino, 60 years old, Argentine, former Argentina manager, 2014 to 2016, trying to bring about the undoing of his home country this evening.
A bit of an age gap then.
Little bit, yes, good point. Scaloni's 44, Martino's 60, that's 16 years, Chris, but that's, I mean, you would have played with players 16 years
Tony
younger.
Gale was my first.
He was your roommate, wasn't he?
Yeah, roommate, Tony Gale. He was nearly 50, I think, when he came to Blackburn.
I wonder if he enjoyed being your roommate as much as I have over here. Herrera's nod down into his own half. Finds Araujo. Now, he's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Hector Moreno brings a yellow card into the game as well, so if he picks up another one, he'd be suspended for Mexico's final group game. The ball's volleyed out of play by Lisandro Martinez. Mexico have a throw in an attacking position on the right-hand side. It is still Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Not really had a shot in anger as yet. Alvarez on the right, tries to get the cross in, and he's knocked it straight behind for a goal kick to Argentina. 2 balls on the field at the moment, so Emi Martinez is not going to be able to restart the game. So we'll just wait a second or two. 4 commentaries tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock, isn't it, UK time? I've written down local times here. Japan against Costa Rica first up.
2-0 Japan.
Yes, absolutely. Belgium against Morocco, Croatia against Canada, and then a really enticing fixture, 7 o'clock UK time tomorrow night. Spain against Germany, John Murray and Peter Schmeichel with that one. Ball back with Ochoa.
And we talk about must-win for Argentina tonight. Absolutely must-win for Germany.
Argentina win the ball. Wide on the right, inside the Mexican half. De Paul, socks rolled down, outside of his right foot, plays it to Rodriguez. Tall figure in the heart of the Argentine midfield. Little 1-2 with McAllister.
But everything in general for Argentina is through the centre, isn't it? And it's so congested. 3 centre-halves, got the protection in front.
Messi lays off to De Paul. Across it comes to McAllister. He has got a shot on him, we know that, if he can get in a position to release it. Acuna wide on the left-hand side, dummies the cross, tries to go on the outside. Alvarez blocks, he's down hurt, cross comes in. Header from Messi goes way over the bar, but the referee had already blown his whistle.
Yeah, it was a foul on Alvarez, who does really well. Does his job, stops the cross, but I think it's the follow-through from Acuna. Or is there anything in there? Does he just catch his left ankle in the turf? I think he does.
I think
the referee's got that one wrong. I think he was saying he felt Acuna had followed through and caught him.
By the way, those last 3 commentaries tomorrow on 5 Live on BBC Sounds are also BBC One games, so you can use World Cup Extra there. Head to the iPlayer, look for World Cup Extra if you want, and you get the pictures with the 5 Live commentary. 28 minutes gone in the first half. Noise levels up again.
I mean, there's an incredible atmosphere, and both sets of fans making a noise, but they need the players on the pitch to make a noise as well.
Yeah.
Had any goal mouth action, and with, you know, we've been bigging this game up with what's at stake. Messi's last World Cup. We want to go out with a bang.
Yeah. Well, Chris, I was there in Belo Horizonte, 93rd minute against Iran. Just wait. It is never over till it's over with Lionel Messi. Ochoa clears with his right foot. Ball inside the Argentine half. Guardado plays back to Montes, across to Moreno, back to Montes, chased by Di Maria, who's come speeding in from the right. Up goes Lisandro Martinez to win the header. Nodded to the right for Mexico, picked up by Alvarez. He's under pressure, he's done really well for them to keep the ball, and back it comes into the Mexican half, and back it comes all the way to goalkeeper Ochoa. Lionel Messi closes in. Ochoa takes his time, thumps the ball clear with his right foot, and there's an offside there, so that will be an Argentine free kick inside their own half. As Guillaume was saying, in that defeat to Saudi Arabia here at the start of the tournament, 3 goals ruled out for offside, all offside as proved by VAR, 2 for Lautaro Martinez and 1 for Lionel Messi.
Although Guillaume did say one was...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, very debatable. Yeah, that may come up.
It's a good point that they proved back home that maybe one of them wasn't. But, you know,
later date.
In previous World Cups, Chris, Argentina have had a few decisions.
I
go their way. Let's not start that right here, right now. Martinez, Lisandro Martinez that is, across to Guido Rodriguez, inside his own half, goes for the long diagonal. Montiel, the right back, not going to win the header, the ball clears him, and it goes out for a throw into Mexico.
That's an amazing ball, isn't it, that diagonal ball to the right back. That duel trying to win a header, a knockdown. Argentina playing knockdown football, or trying to play knockdown football, but nothing has come from open play. I've got to say that the Mexicans super aggressive though, aren't they, in the centre of the park?
Well, that was Lozano that time. Who mistimed his challenge on McAllister and absolutely clattered him. I
just sense this could bubble over this game.
Definitely.
Though.
Chris, I was watching Ecuador yesterday, and I know you were watching the pictures, but there was that intensity from their performance as well in the middle of the park. A bit like what we're seeing from Mexico this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Super aggressive, weren't they? They've really caught the eye, haven't they, Ecuador?
They have indeed. Argentina on the ball. Still Argentina 0, Mexico 0. We've reached the half-hour mark in the first half here. Rodriguez bringing the ball forward slowly. Messi looking for a foul, gets a foul. It's Herrera who comes through the back of him. Free kick Argentina, quickly to Twickenham. Chris Jones.
Full-time, Ali. England 13, South Africa 27. Boos at the final whistle. Thoroughly underwhelming from England, in keeping with their autumn and their form through 2022. Shades of the 2019 World Cup final. South Africa destroyed England's scrum and took their chances. England were a bit of a shambles. They've won just 5 games out of 12 this year. Serious questions are going to be asked of where Eddie Jones is taking this team. England 13, South Africa 27.
Argentina win a corner. Bad day at the office for the England Rugby Union team. Rugby Union Weekly podcast, the place to go on BBC Sounds for all the reaction to the weekend's action. I'm sure you get to hear from Eddie Jones on that as well. Corner for Argentina, Messi will take.
Yeah, with the reaction from the England team last night, a couple of bad days, I think, for England. Although I actually thought the draw wasn't too bad, really.
Corner Argentina, England 0, USA 0 last night. This is Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Di Maria is there for the short one if Messi wants, whips it into the penalty area, headed away. De Paul controls it on the bounce. His first touch forces him backwards. He goes round the outside. Vega slides in. That is a foul and a free kick for Argentina, wide on the right.
It's a really daft challenge from Vega. Comes off his feet. Rodrigo de Paul trying to drive on the outside, just pushes the ball past him, and Vega lunges, doesn't get the ball. Surprised he's not booked. I don't think he was booked.
Didn't see a yellow card.
He's letting it, they've let a lot go, haven't they, the referees in this tournament so far?
Lionel Messi, his first interest was actually for the ball. He wants to take this free kick. Then he realised his good mate Rodrigo de Paul was down on the floor hurt, remembered that, and has gone to haul him to his feet. De Paul is up, and this free kick is 7 or 8 yards in from the right-hand touchline, 6 or 7 yards up from the byline, so it just gives Messi a lovely angle to work with. Could even go for that whip into the near post. Any little touch on it, hey?
Come on, Bruce.
What, he's not scoring from there?
He's not scoring from there.
I would love it. I would love it. Let's see. Free kick Argentina.
Oh dear, Bruce, you're better than that.
0-0. Come on, let's see what he's got. Lionel Messi, possibly at his last World Cup. Argentina under pressure. Free kick from an impossible angle on the right. You can't score from there. Surely he's going to cross it in. Curls it in, and Ochoa punches it straight up in the air. Ball is not clear. Ochoa's lost it. Foul on the goalkeeper. Free kick. Nearly did it, Chris.
Well, he didn't nearly do it. I mean, you'd sack the goalie. I know he's played at numerous World Cups. Ochoa saved the penalty, didn't he? Lewandowski in the first game, but Messi's free kick is just fed in, left-footed, no great pace on the ball. Ochoa, big fist, just pops it up in the air, and then he gets maybe a nudge or two, wins the free kick. Goalkeeper's overprotected.
No, but that's a foul there, isn't it? He can't jump properly. Come on, Chris. He's on the list of players to play at 5 World Cups. Antonio Carvajal, Rafael Marquez, Guardado this evening, all of Mexico. Lothar Matthäus, we've seen him here at this World Cup. Gianluigi Buffon.
Bad loser, Lothar Matthäus.
Really? Why? How'd you know that?
When we popped, Norwich City popped Bayern Munich out of Europe all those years ago. Grumpy loser, threw his shirt down.
Messi's down. Felt he was tripped by Moreno, doesn't get the decision. Oh, that's a high boot on Lisandro Martinez. That'll be a free kick. It is. Heap of bodies on the floor. Game's a bit scrappy at the moment.
It is no great quality, which is pretty amazing when you think about the players we have on show.
Yeah.
He takes one in the face, doesn't he?
Tell me something, Chris, right? Argentina come into this tournament 36 games unbeaten and won the Copa America last year. They lose one game to Saudi Arabia when they could have scored a hatful in the first half. And suddenly it's, I'm not saying they've crumbled, they could easily go on and win this game, but how does that happen? How can you be in that run of form and suddenly turn up and you're not playing well?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You know, that you think the confidence they would have built up over that run and one defeat against Saudi Arabia, but you know, it's tournament football, isn't it?
Oh, that's brilliant from Di Maria, glides away from Gallardo, jinks inside. Eventually Mexico get enough bodies there, a little bit slow in clearing it. That'll go out for an Argentina throw on the right. Otamendi's there, takes it quickly to De Paul. Lionel Scaloni screaming instructions onto the field, trying to get more from his players. Here's Lisandro Martinez, wide to that left-hand side. Acuna forced back into his own half, turns away from Alvarez, down the line, again intercepted by Araujo. Mexico win the throw.
I mean, not trying to be funny here, but there's been such a lack of goalmouth action. I could be reading those permutations out of half-time, because a draw isn't bad for Mexico, is it?
Better for Mexico than it is for Argentina, definitely. Doesn't eliminate either team immediately, but if Argentina are on 1 point going into their final game against Poland, they'd have to win it just to get level with Poland to get themselves to 4 points, and then you're into your tiebreakers, your goal difference, your goals scored, your head-to-heads and all of that.
But that type of ball, Otamendi, long channel ball, Martinez and Messi up front, and guess what? It's gobbled up by Moreno.
Mexico score first in this game. It's going to get very, very interesting. Chavez plays to his right. Here's Araujo. Crosses the halfway line, wide on the right. Argentina jogging into defensive positions. Ball down the channel. Lozano can't get there, and it's through to Emi Martinez. You sound frustrated, Chris.
Well, I mean, look, it's great to be here. I mean, the stadium full, both sets of supporters making a noise, but the quality of play has been really poor, hasn't it? Especially in both teams' final thirds. So you need that bit of magic, that Messi magic, but he's barely had a kick.
Give him time. Here is McAllister. Good strength from McAllister. Holds off the challenge. De Paul on the ball, driving forward for Argentina. Messi picks it up 40 yards from goal. Ball tied to his left foot. Rolls the pass into De Paul. Into the penalty area he goes. Bit of speed on the outside. Can't keep it in. And that is a goal kick for Mexico. I thought you were going to say nice to be here, amazing atmosphere, but it's no Carrow Road.
It is no Carrow Road. That sort of sums up this first half. We're nearly at the 40-minute mark. Messi driving on the inside, and De Paul had made a run, an overlap on that right-hand side. Messi fed him the ball, heavy touch, out of play.
Ochoa's had nothing to do. The Messi free kick that was curled in from the right, he punched it up in the air, came to claim the other one and got fouled. Hasn't had a save to make. Ochoa clears with his right foot for Mexico. Headed away by Acuna, throw in for Mexico on the right.
But is it the perfect game plan from Tata Martino? Set out to frustrate, and they've done that. They're going to play counter-attack football, aren't they, the Mexicans? But they haven't offered a threat themselves.
Throw in just inside the Argentina half. Araujo taking plenty of time over it, eventually releases the ball, chested down in midfield. De Paul claims for a handball, referee says play on. Mexico have it inside their own half. Stats of the game so far have just been passed to me. Almost 70% possession for Argentina, but no shots at all.
No, it's been really comfortable for the Mexican back line. No runners in behind, no penetration from Argentina so far, but they're dropping deep, the Mexicans.
Montiel on the right, wins a corner, cross thumps into the body of Hector Moreno, and Lionel Messi immediately comes jogging over. That familiar gait, that shuffle. as he tucks the ball under his left arm. There's a real mix of Mexican fans and Argentine fans there, so I'm sure he's hearing all sorts from all sides as he plays the corner short to Di Maria. He curls the cross in, that's headed wide and behind for a goal kick, and it's Lautaro Martinez who can't get the header on target.
Yeah, he's not the biggest short corner. Messi to Di Maria, who's level with the 18-yard line and floats the ball in left-footed. Lautaro Martinez, oh, it's half a chance, that doesn't time the header properly. Heads it well over the bar. That's probably the best opportunity. No great pace on the cross, so had to try and generate his own power and headed it well over the bar.
5 minutes remaining in the first half. Mexico need to make a change. Eric Gutierrez, who was a late call-up to this squad, is coming on, and Guardado, sadly, is having to come off. So he has achieved that ambition of playing in his 5th World Cup. He's able to walk off the field unaided, but clearly must have a problem. So he's slowly trudging across the halfway line, and Eric Gutierrez of PSV Eindhoven will come into the Mexican midfield. He applauds his teammate off the field. The game needs a spark. It's Argentina 0, Mexico 0. As always, at the end of the day, if you have missed anything, World Cup Daily Podcast is the place to catch up with it all. The reaction, the debate, the analysis of all today's action. It was John Murray and Alan Shearer bringing you commentary of France against Denmark earlier on today. Kylian Mbappe with both goals to win the game for France, who've had their struggles against Denmark this year, so that will be a big win for them. Mexico have a throw on the right.
Yeah, my tips for the tournament, France.
Yeah.
Bruce, started well, but it's not how you start, is it?
Yeah, put your neck on the line there, didn't you? The world champions.
Oh, wow, you sound like somebody, one of the Five Live presenters there, Bruce.
Ball out for another throw to Mexico on the right. The quality of the football is not matching.
But here's one. Does this suit Mexico?
Hang on, I've not finished my sentence. The occasion. Go on.
But this suits Mexico, right? The draw.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's not.
So
it's not up to them.
They are doing a job on Argentina.
Yeah, absolutely right. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Clearance intercepted. Alvarez blocks. Throw in for Argentina in their left back position.
Sometimes ugly is good, isn't it?
It can be, Chris. Absolutely, yes. Sometimes winning ugly, drawing ugly, getting the result ugly can be the way to go. Have you seen John Murray play table tennis?
Ugly.
That's not pretty, I'll tell you. It's quite defensive. Here's Montiel. Oh, that's a foul. That is a foul. Now that is in shooting range. It's a yellow card for Montiel, and Mexico have a free kick in a central position, 25 yards from goal. That was a wild swing at the ball from Montiel. Completely missed it.
Yeah, that was an air shot, wasn't it? You're talking about tennis, table tennis, an air shot, and this is a really good opportunity. As Gutierrez, the substitute, who just nicks the ball as Montiel tries to make the challenge. And can Mexico find a Mexican moment of thinking magnificent, but
magnificence, magic, mastery. Free kick Mexico. Alexis Vega could be one to strike it. Who's that standing to the right? Is it Lozano? No, it's not. It's Luis Chavez, isn't it? Who could hit it with his left foot, number 24, yeah.
You think right footer here, don't you?
Alexis Vega picks the ball up and kisses it. Argentina have set the defensive wall up just inside their penalty area. Angel Di Maria is the draft excluder line.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Messi, would it?
No. It's a line of blue and white striped shirts. Alexis Vega is taking a long run at this. Luis Chavez stands to the right of the ball. The whistle's blown. Big moment in the game. Vega with his right foot hits it well. What a save! Good claim by Martinez. Threw himself to his right and caught it cleanly. Bowls it out straight away to Messi on the right-hand side. Mexican defenders hurtling back into position, and Messi's going dribbling on his own. Gutierrez stops him. Throw in for Argentina.
Come on, Bruce. Come on, you're getting really excited about that. That was the old camera save from Martinez, Emi Martinez. Nice technique with the free kick, no great pace on it, and Martinez leaps to the right-hand side. That's one for the mantelpiece. And he moves back to Buenos Aires.
Minute to go in the first half. There's something to get excited about, Chris, in terms of the football in this first half. McAllister.
You would have saved that.
I know, I wouldn't have got anywhere near it. Ball to the left from Lisandro Martinez. Di Maria pops up on the left-hand side, swings a high cross in. That will be chased all the way out to the right.
When I said you would have saved that, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. Throw in Mexico on the left, added time at the end of the first half.
We can see it on the monitor. Come on.
Okay, all right.
What a save, come on.
Chris, I think you've still got to appreciate the skill of these players. That's heading into the top corner. He moves to his right, he stretches it, he doesn't palm it away, he catches it. How many out of 10 are you giving him for the save?
That's standard. 6.
Okay, 6.5 for me. Header forward from Otamendi. Messi heads it back. Martinez on the ball, plays it across the centre circle. Back to Martinez, across to Otamendi. 5 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Montiel chases, Gallardo has it covered and just lets the ball go out of play for a goal kick to Mexico.
And we have to say, the Mexican change of system, the back line, they've been absolutely brilliant, haven't they, in the first half? They've really nullified every possible threat that
Argentina they've been powder puff, Chris, haven't they?
They have been, and you know, you go back to what's at stake for Argentina this evening.
Everything.
They are in danger of going out, and you can imagine the natives back home, they will not be impressed.
No. Ochoa clears, the ball bounces inside the Argentina half. Otamendi heads to his right. Ball is hoisted up high in the air by Martinez. Down inside the Argentina half it drops, and they can start to build down the right. Di Maria has the ball at his feet, spindly little figure, lays it off to Rodrigo de Paul. Comes forward, pass intercepted by Gutierrez. Messi barges into the back of him, foul. Frustration showing, free kick Mexico.
And do you know what, we're being critical of Argentina. The fact that there hasn't really been any decent combination play from them going forward, but you called the Argentinian team powder puff, but same for the Mexicans, really, Bruce.
Yeah. Montes, middle of the 3 centre-backs for Mexico. Ball played out to the right-hand side. Kevin Alvarez into the feet of Chavez and back to Araujo. We have 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Argentina 0, Mexico 0.
How many 0-0 so far this World Cup? I've
not counted them. Too many, Chris. Ochoa, long ball downfield. Otamendi heads it away, although as you keep saying, Mexico won't mind it. That's offside, free kick Argentina. Otamendi plays the ball back to Martinez, quickly out to the right to Montiel. Here's Di Maria.
We'd lack that creativity in the centre of the park, the Argentinians.
Lo Celso, Chris, was the one, wasn't it?
Or is it Lo Celso or Lo Celso?
Well, Tim Vickery said Lo Celso, but we all call him Lo Celso, don't we? Well, sure, Tim's right. Anyway, here's Mexico bringing it out of their own half with Chavez. Chavez running to his right, McAllister in with the challenge and knocks the ball out of play for a throw into Mexico.
Very disciplined, the Mexican team, but they're not throwing bodies forward, are they?
Thought they were going to try and release Vega over the top there. They've decided to hold on to it. Hector Herrera almost let that get away from him. Messi was interested. Messi might get this one, he can't. Montes sprints to it and plays a low pass out to the left to Gallardo. Gallardo's pass down the line is blocked by Montiel. Throw in for Mexico, just inside the Argentinian half. Scaloni is scratching his head. He's looking a little exasperated.
Yeah, if you're an Argentinian fan, you don't want to see your manager scratching his head. Maybe it's just Itchy's gone again there.
Just again, maybe it is, Chris. Who knows? Throw in Gallardo.
I brought my head and shoulders over, Bruce.
Throw down the left-hand side, headed away by Montiel. Vega with his right foot on the half volley, fancied a dip, he sent it miles over the crossbar, and it's a goal kick, Argentina.
Yeah, I mean, that's real optimism. Takes the ball well on his chest at just 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and he goes to half volley it, and that's miles over the bar.
Cunha just stumbled there. I thought he was hurt, but he's okay. Headed forward into the Argentina half. Di Maria thought about challenging for a bouncing ball. It's headed towards Rodrigo de Paul. Lisandro Martinez. McAllister lets it run across his body. Quickly forward to Lautaro Martinez. Back to McAllister. McAllister's got runners on the right-hand side. One of them is Di Maria. Di Maria gets away from Gallardo. Back to McAllister. Involved again. Ball to the edge of the box. Layoff here. Comes to Di Maria. Finds Messi. Messi with a cute little pass to the left. Cross comes in. Blocked. And that goes behind for an Argentina corner. Best move of the game from Argentina.
Yes, but let's not get too excited. Brilliant defending from Montes, but they did work it well from the right-hand side. Good little combination play, popped out left. Acuna with the cross, but Montes in that near post space. Timely challenge.
5 minutes of added time up at the end of the first half. This is the last action. Messi's corner doesn't beat the man at the near post, headed away, and the half-time whistle blows. Gave it the big build-up. Massively important game, particularly for Argentina. If they lose it, they are out of the World Cup this evening. At half-time, it's 0-0. But Argentina, Chris Sutton, haven't threatened at all, and it suits Mexico far better.
Yeah, absolutely. Mexico have done a job on Argentina. We talk about all the attacking talent the Argentinians have, but they haven't laid a glove on Mexico. The second half is absolutely enormous for Messi and co. If they don't turn up in the second half, there's a massive likelihood they will be going home.
Well, as we've already discussed, a draw in this game doesn't send them home, a defeat does. At half-time, plenty to think about, particularly the Argentina manager, Lionel Scaloni. Half-time, Argentina 0, Mexico 0.
What a terrible game of football that was. God, that was what a dreadful 45 minutes that was.
Yeah. Is it you that you've turned up with me and Bruce? We've had some cracking games so far. You've rocked up. We've got a 0-0 board draw. I mean, but all joking aside, it's not funny if you're an Argentinian fan. I mean, this is, I mean, it's massive, the second half. But what's at stake in this game? And they've played with a real lack of urgency. Everything, in fairness to Mexico, they have set up brilliantly. Set up with a back three. They've got the three midfield players. It's so congested in there. Everything Argentina want to do is through the middle. They had that one bit of joy at the end of the first half with the cross from Acuna where they work it out wide. But that's not enough from Argentina. I think the Mexicans will go in. They'll be happy with the first half. They're setting up the counter-attack. But Argentina have to offer more. They have so many attacking players, but I mean, there's been very little product in the first half.
We've had 5 shots, 3 for Mexico, 2 for Argentina. Both sides have had 1 on target. We've had 20 free kicks. I mean, if you like watching teams put 5 passes together, then an innocuous foul, then somebody rolling around for 2 minutes, that's the half for you.
But stick around for the second half?
Am I being harsh, Guillaume Balaguer?
You've been very, very, very harsh.
There you go, let's try again.
I'm just letting the nation wait for my words.
Yeah.
You've been very, very harsh. You should have seen behind you the Argentinian journalist hugging each other before the game. It seemed like with tears in their eyes. This is so tense. It's not about playing beautiful football so Mark Chapman gets happy with the first half. It's about making sure that they don't concede and that something happens. But as Chris has said, nothing has happened because they're trying to reproduce what won them the Copa America, which is give the ball to the Pole, who seem to be able to do everything, and then eventually the balls get to Messi and things happen. All right, well, let's stop the Pole, Mexico's thought, and that's what's happened. He cannot.
As soon as he gets the ball, they're on him.
They're on him. And then, okay, but they've got 2 other midfielders. I think they haven't got the ball. This is the consequence as well of 5 changes. If you change half of the team, do you expect fluidity? I mean, can you actually get a team to play with their eyes closed, which is a good team does? None of that is happening. So when the ball gets to Messi, he's stopped. And he's got to, with that, do something.
Hang on, are you seriously telling me that the second favourites for the World Cup have come into this game against Mexico to shut up shop, not concede, and hopefully get the ball to Messi so that he can do something?
No, they're trying to reproduce what they were doing in Copa America, which was dominating football, and you've seen they're keeping the ball, they're trying to keep the ball, and attack as a team together and defend as a team together, because that benefits Messi. They changed that about a year and a half ago, worked in the Copa America. But for that to happen and to actually be effective and to win games, you have to have a midfielder, at least one, that creates and does something. It used to be De Paul. Now, De Paul doesn't have any space, any time with the ball. So the one-trick pony team is being found out.
Chris has that look on his face that he had in the supermarket today when he couldn't find anything.
Yeah, no. I mean, were you saying then that, you know, this is all part of the plan, though, Guillaume, that, you know, keeping a clean sheet and eventually they'll find a way of somehow getting over the line, Argentina, at that?
No, what I was saying is that early, obviously, it's about not conceding and then you score, like every other team. The plan is quite clear. You've seen them. They dominate. They want to keep the ball and do something with it. They are unable to do it because Mexico is breaking down the move from midfield to the players up front. It's not happening because they don't have alternatives. They put new players in. It doesn't work because you just don't create a team out of nothing just by putting 5 players in.
But surely then we'll see in the second half a change of plan. It can't all keep going through the middle, can it? It's not working.
Okay, what do we do? Change another 5 players? Do you know
what they can do now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's probably what they will do. But it is a coin in the air. There is no clear path of how they want to get into the box. Is it through wide players? Not really. The only, Ali was saying earlier, the best move was the last one, from side to side, eventually goes wide, puts a cross in, defender to a corner. That's it. Not enough.
Guillaume for the moment, thank you. Ali, Chris, thank you. Goalless at half-time here at the Lusail Stadium in Doha. Second half on the way as the stadium is plunged into darkness as they try and do a light show with people's mobiles. It is... I can't even read that because I've plunged into darkness. What is it? 4 minutes to 8 o'clock. I think Jill McKenzie has the news.
Take the World Cup with you. Qatar 2022.
On BBC Sounds, this is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The former Scotland rugby international Doddy Weir has died at the age of 52, 6 years after he was diagnosed with motor neurone disease. He raised millions of pounds for research into the condition and campaigned to raise awareness. Alan Shearer paid tribute earlier on 5 Live.
I was lucky enough to get to know him and attend a few events that he used to host in Newcastle, and we know his wit and his humour. That was as good as anyone out there. But what a fighter on and off the pitch. What a man. What a sad evening.
An investigation started after a 5-year-old boy was turned away from a hospital and later died from pneumonia. Yusuf Mahmoud Nazir was taken to Rotherham General Hospital with tonsillitis, but his family say he was sent home because of a shortage of beds and staff. He was eventually admitted to Sheffield Children's Hospital, but died after the infection spread. The head of the London Fire Brigade, Andy Rowe, says firefighters face being sacked if they're found to have been racist, misogynistic, homophobic or have bullied others. An independent review has strongly criticised the culture of the London Fire Service. It was commissioned after a trainee firefighter took his own life in 2020. Another rail strike is causing disruption for passengers. Drivers from the ASLEF union, working at 11 companies, have walked out in a row over pay. Christian Wolmar is a transport journalist.
These workers do deserve something of a pay rise. They're not really asking for 10 or 15%. They probably would accept 5 or 6. They won't say how much. So they would probably accept some sort of reasonable offer. But it's a real problem that 6 months down from this dispute, we're still at the same situation.
And the actor and environmentalist Leonardo DiCaprio has shared an image of the first bison calf to be born in the wild in the UK for thousands of years. European bison were released into woodland near Canterbury in July as part of a rewilding project.
This is a public service announcement.
Weekdays from 2.
It's time for Scott Mills on Radio 2.
Would you mind doing me a quick review?
You're doing brilliant. I'm enjoying you on Radio 2.
You're a very nice man.
Thank you very much. Every time this comes on Radio 2, I turn it right up.
The heads go in, the shoulders go in. I'm like bouncing around on the seat. Probably one of the world's most embarrassing mums because of your show.
Scott Mills on Radio 2.
Tell all your friends on that school run to turn Radio 2 on as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Scott Mills all the way.
Weekdays from 2.
Listen live on BBC Sounds.
BBC 5 Live.
The FIFA World Cup, Qatar 2022, with Mark Chapman.
Second half of Argentina-Mexico on the way, goalless after the first 45. Another difficult night for England in the Rugby Union. This time South Africa were their opponents at Twickenham. Chris Jones.
England 13, South Africa 27. Eddie Jones said he wanted to light up Twickenham, but instead boos rang around this place at the final whistle after a chastening defeat. Deja vu from the 2019 World Cup final. The Springboks demolished England's scrum, took their chances. Curtly Aronson was the delight on the wing. Damien Williams outstanding dropping goals. Faf de Klerk ran amok. It caps a dire year for England, really, chappers. 5 wins out of 12. Eddie Jones has his World Cup focus and his World Cup master plan. He'll hope it still will lead to glory in France this time next year, but the patience of the England fans is rapidly running out. England 13, South Africa 27.
Well, the patience of the Welsh fans must be running out as well.
Well, this was dire for Wales. They started the game against Australia like a train, 21 points up with 22 minutes to go, only to lose in the dying moments. Where it leaves Wayne Pivac is anyone's guess. It felt like this was the game Wales had to win to show they were still playing for their head coach, and for about an hour that looked the case. But the implosion, the way Wales fell apart in that final quarter against an Australia team completely bereft, completely and utterly destroyed by injury. So for Wales to lose that game from where they were will lead Pivac hanging on really to his job.
As we heard at the top of the news there with Jill, the sad news that Doddy Weir has died at the age of 52. So much reaction from within the rugby union world, Chris.
Tributes pouring in, Mark, as you would expect. Nothing but glowing tributes for this absolute giant of a man who quite simply inspired everyone he met. A fine player, as we were discussing earlier, winning 61 caps for Scotland, but a great person who faced his 6 years with motor neuron disease with extraordinary strength, grace, humility and humour. I've been speaking to Andy Nicol, who played alongside Weir in a Scotland shirt.
He was a great man. You said he was a giant man in every sense. You're absolutely right. You know, I did play Scotland. I played Scottish schools with him, Chris. I went back. We probably first played together in 1987, I think, so 35 years ago. Which, you know, he was a 6'8", skinny number 8 back then. He matured into the second row as he went into senior rugby. But he was just an incredible character, personality. You know, even back then, it was always mischievous. There was always something going on, and I think, you know, we have to remember Doddy, the rugby player, Chris, as well, because, you know, what he's done in the last 5 years with M&D is nothing short of incredible, and he's done it in such a selfless way. But, you know, and that's maybe overshadowed how good a rugby player he was. He was a brilliant rugby player. You know, he was so committed. His athleticism was incredible. His lineup was brilliant, but he knew he was a great rugby brain as well. So, you know, there was Doddy, the rugby player. There's Doddy that we've had in the last 5 years fighting the good fight, and you know, sadly lost it. When you're in a changing room and you look round and who's playing today, and Big Doddy was there, you got a bit of comfort. You just got that sense of, right, this is good today. He's one of the guys that you just knew. I just knew he had my back. I just knew he was going to do anything he could to allow me to play, and that's a bond that's very hard to explain to anyone who's not been in that situation. But Doddy's loyalty, you know, as I say, because we came through the schools together, we went on a Scottish schools tour to New Zealand. You know, we were bunking down together for all those trips and that. Just incredible experience. So, you know, he was always somebody through my career that it was like a safety blanket. When he was there, yeah, you knew you were in for a good day.
Lovely memories from Andy Nicol, and plenty more of Andy and Chris in a special edition of the Rugby Union Weekly Pod, which will be available later on. We're just a few hours away now from Dillian White taking on the undefeated American heavyweight Jermaine Franklin at Wembley. Fraser Clark will be part of our commentary team tonight. What are we expecting from this one then, Fraser?
I think you've got a really good fight. You know, I think Jermaine Franklin comes over here with a lot of confidence, coming off a TKO victory. And last time we seen Dillian White in a ring, he was flat on his back by Fury. So I think everyone's expecting, you know, a good clash, and they both seem up for it.
How dangerous, I mean, given he's undefeated, I would imagine very dangerous when I ask this, but how dangerous is Franklin?
Yeah, no, I think with the American fighters, you always expect the unexpected. They do hard rounds in the gym over in America. And I think, you know, like I say, he comes here with possibly, you know, big fights coming after this fight. So maybe the opportunity to go and fight an Anthony Joshua. So, you know, this is his world title fight tonight. Very dangerous.
Thanks, Fraser. Live commentary with Fraser, Ron McIntosh and Lee Wood from around 10:15 during Stephen Nolan. Thanks to Guillaume for half-time. Second half about to get underway. We're 45 minutes away from the permutations. Alistair Bruce Ball.
Yeah, that's good timing, Mark. I was going to say, careful, you don't want to miss a minute of this thriller so far. But that's actually what keeps it so watchable and hopefully so listenable this evening is what is on the line, particularly for Argentina. If they lose the game, they are out of the World Cup, possibly Lionel Messi's last World Cup. If he's going to make another one, he's going to be the grand old age of 39. Came into this tournament on the unbelievable unbeaten run of 36 games, beaten by Saudi Arabia in this stadium in their opening game, and here so far have barely laid a glove on Mexico. Whistle blows. Our referee Daniele Orsato has done a pretty good job so far. Yellow card, one apiece for either team. It was quite feisty at the start of the game, plenty riding on it, and we are back underway. Argentina in the familiar blue and white, light blue and white, vertical stripes, black shorts, white socks, playing from right to left to an absolute mass of their fans lined up on these steep stands, giant two tiers away to our left-hand side. Mexico in the green shirts with the red trim, white shorts, red socks, long ball, played downfield into the Argentine half. And here it comes over to the left-hand side to Acuna. That pass very nearly didn't get there, which is why you heard the gasps from the fans just in front of us. Rodrigo de Paul's gone down very easily there. He got a little shove in the back, does win the free kick for Argentina. Neither manager's made a change at half-time as far as I can see. Messi's on the ball, he's on the turn. Gutierrez has a little kick at him. What have you spotted, Chris?
I just wondered whether, I mean, it's just one to watch whether Argentina have gone to three centre-halves as well with...
Is that Rodriguez who's been dropping? Here's Messi anyway. Messi...
He did it in the first half, but yeah. Just wonder whether there's a little bit of a different setup in this second half.
Chris Sutton with us on 5 Live on BBC Sounds. Ball infield from Acuna, not a good pass. Chested down by McAllister. No, he's used his arm to block that. Free kick Mexico. Right, here we go. Argentina team. Emi Martinez of Aston Villa in goal. The fellow on the yellow card is Gonzalo Montiel, who's coming at right back this evening. Otamendi and Lisandro Martinez, the two centre-backs. Marcos Acuna is the left back. Rodrigo de Paul and Guido Rodriguez. You think Guido Rodriguez now in a back three?
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. So, change of system from Scaloni.
So then you've got de Paul, McAllister and Di Maria with Messi floating around and Lautaro Martinez playing up front. Mexico clear through the goalkeeper Ochoa. McAllister heads it forward. Lautaro Martinez got a little tug from Herrera, throws himself to the floor, doesn't get the decision. Lozano is on the move for Mexico, up to the edge of the box, hits the shot, and that's well blocked by Guido Rodriguez, who's in the middle of that back three now, and the ball comes out wide to the right-hand side for Mexico. Araujo gets an early cross into the box. Lozano tries to bring it down. Hook clearance goes up in the air. Emi Martinez underneath it for Argentina and catches with both hands.
Yeah, comfortable claim, but you know, when you just think if Argentina don't get out over the line this evening, I mean, that would be pretty incredible at the start of this group stage.
Absolutely, a bit more urgency about them now. McAllister wanted that ball back from Acuna, didn't get it, and he's frustrated. Messi just flicks the little ball towards McAllister, can't find him. Araujo clears with his right foot. Ochoa in goal for Mexico, Guillermo Ochoa. 5th World Cup for him, 37 years old. Araujo, the centre-back on the right side's on the yellow card. Cesar Montes and Hector Moreno make up the back three. Kevin Alvarez and Jesus Collado, the two wing-backs. Hector Herrera, Luis Chavez and Eric Gutierrez, who came on for the injured Andres Guardado. And then Lozano and Alexis Vega up front. And one listener spotted your Vega gag in the first half, Chris, which went straight over my head, and I think most of the team here. What was it? Vega left of centre?
Yeah, just going back 80s, Bruce.
Giving the ball away, and here is Vega, and could possibly slip in. Lozano stretches, can't control it. Not the best pass to him. Wasn't ahead of him. That's what Lozano's saying.
Poor pass. It's those little moments. You know, it looks like it's going to be a really tight game, but that's when You have to be perfect and precise with the pass.
Can Messi light it up? He's released McAllister on the left. Acuna is well covered. The ball is with him, wide on the left for Argentina. Lisandro Martinez plays back to Guido Rodriguez. Now in the middle of this back three for Argentina. Goes wide right to Montiel. Di Maria drops a shoulder, drifts in from the right. Argentina work it back into the centre circle. Guido Rodriguez plays a little 1-2 with Messi. Rodriguez towards McAllister. Good run from Messi into a bit of space. Now approaching the edge of the box. Still Messi brought down. Bad challenge on Messi, right on the edge of the D. Free kick for Argentina. Yellow card for Eric Gutierrez.
Yep, and a real opportunity now for Argentina. I actually think it's poor play from Herrera, who tries to read a pass backwards, and Messi gets the other side. He played a little reverse ball into him, and Gutierrez chasing him, brings him down, and this is Messi territory.
Certainly is, and he's got the ball in both hands, and he's very deliberately placing it. It's 2 yards outside the D, away to our left. There's a meeting of minds around the ball. Rodrigo de Paul is there as well. But this is the kind of moment that Lionel Messi is made for, and we have seen him do it for Barcelona and for Argentina time and time again. They need him now. Free kick. It's in a fabulous position for him, isn't it, Chris?
It is, and shooting into the end with the greatest Argentinian support. It's all about getting it up and down quickly over that tall Mexican wall. How many times do we see him do it?
Plenty. We saw Richarlison score an unbelievable goal in this stadium very recently. Can Messi match it with the free kick? Has a last look at the ball. Couple of steps over the wall, over the bar. He looks away, frustrated, disgusted. Goal kick Mexico.
That was awful, wasn't it? It really was. Just clipped straight over the bar centrally.
Referees telling Guillermo Ochoa to get on with it for Mexico. He's taking his time over the restart. As Chris has been saying, we won't go into the permutations if it's a draw, but it suits Mexico better. They would be on 2 points. No.
Yeah, no, but this document, which I spent writing up earlier this afternoon, this could be worth a lot of money to broadcasters in Qatar, I tell you.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the permutations if it finishes as a draw. Argentina won't be out. They'd have to beat Poland in their last game to get level on points with Poland. Then it will come down to goal difference and goals scored.
Even I don't know how many offsides there have been this evening, but this is like Sunday football at times, isn't it? The offsides. You're talking about the elite level of football in the world, and just countless times attackers on both sides just making runs too early or being lazy, just not dropping in as the ball's hit forward.
Argentina 0, Mexico 0.
Messi on the hunt now, isn't he? On the move, trying to in a holding midfield role now, just trying to find the ball, get on the ball, make something happen.
Argentina have it wide on the right. Messi's just inside the centre circle. They won't be able to find him there. They might now. Ball's with Otamendi. Messi in space ahead of him, but he goes to the left instead to Lisandro Martinez. Back here to Rodriguez. Argentina just going left and right at the moment. De Paul wide to the right-hand side. Di Maria fancies a dribble. Little stip over. Back onto his left foot. Cross comes in. Run being made by McAllister. Ball headed away. Messi can't control it. Lisandro Martinez volleys to his left. And the referee has given a free kick to Mexico.
Yeah, and listen, it may well happen, a ball whipped into the box, and you know, Martinez may get up well, but they have to be precise with the crosses. And there, Di Maria out on that right hand side. We know he favours his left foot coming inside, and now with the change of formation with Argentina, we'll see that little duel on the Argentinian right and the Mexican left, but the Mexican centre-halves have mopped everything up so far this evening.
Long ball forward by Araujo. That should be easily dealt with by Rodriguez. Header back here to Lisandro Martinez. Across to Acuna. Down the left to Lautaro Martinez. Little nutmeg there. Fans enjoyed that on Luis Chavez. Still has it inside his own half. Chavez comes back for a little nibble, but Martinez takes the ball away from him. Now it's back with Otamendi. Forward to De Paul. Got Messi to his left, but De Paul is running to his right and moving at speed, and Mexico can't close him down. There's no one there for him. Plays a pass to his right. Time for Gallardo to turn and clear with his left foot. Headed towards the halfway line by Otamendi, and Argentina start again on the right with Montiel. Messi gets involved, leaps into a little pass. The ball bounced up high, and he's just cushioned a left foot pass. Gets the ball back now from Otamendi. Runs away from Lozano. Flicks a pass in field. Montiel lays it off. Doesn't find De Paul, and the ball is knocked out of play by Lozano for a throw into Argentina on the right.
I've got to say, though, Herrera has been excellent in that Mexican midfield. Just sitting in front of the back line, the Mexican back line. Screening, positioning. He's been perfect this evening.
McAllister for Argentina. Pass across the right. Montiel gives it to Di Maria. Di Maria on the dribble. Beats one man. Heading for the byline. Low cut back into the box. Oh, nearly found McAllister. Ball's not clear yet. Volleyed up in the air. Drops down just outside the Mexican penalty area. Messi volleys it back to Rodriguez. Vega's there to block it for Mexico. Inside his own half on the dribble. Now a longer ball forward into the Argentina half. Kevin Alvarez, the right wing back, will chase that. Headed down by Acuna. Otamendi's under pressure. Plays to Martinez, and the game just opening up for a second or two. And now Argentina bring the ball down the left.
Yeah, but we actually saw an overlap for an Argentinian player, which created the space. Cross came in, and Luis Chavez actually right place, right time to make the clearance.
Messi well tackled by Eric Gutierrez. Gutierrez's pass left by Lozano. That was clever. Dummied his opponent, let the ball run across his body. Has it now on the left-hand side, and then that's a clumsy challenge from De Paul.
Come on.
Okay, fair challenge by De Paul. He's got the ball, and here come Argentina. Twinkling toes of Messi. Little pass to his right. Di Maria now seems in the mood on that right-hand side. He's so often actually the difference maker in the big games for Argentina as well. Won them the Copa America final last year. Back to Messi. Messi, sweet little pass to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Acuna. Back to Rodriguez. 10 yards inside the Mexican half, and now Messi drops deep to try and take control. Knocks it to his left to Martinez. Back to Messi. Gutierrez immediately in his face. Messi floats one down the inside left channel. No one there, and it goes straight through for a goal kick.
Oh, listen to the jeers. I think it's fair to say this Argentina team, they are just not on the same wavelength, and we see a substitution now. Maybe a change of shape.
Enzo Fernandez is coming on, and it's Guido Rodriguez who is coming off for Argentina. Enzo Fernandez, just 21 years old, winning only his 5th cap, and he's been brought on in a big game to try and change things for Argentina. Former River Plate player, now at Benfica. Mexican goal kick. That's the first change made by Lionel Scaloni. Ochoa clears with his right foot. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. 12 minutes gone in the second half of this Group C game. Earlier on today, Poland beat Saudi Arabia by 2-0.
Yeah, they've gone to a back four again, haven't they? Argentina, with Fernandez just playing in that holding role now in midfield.
Ball's gone miles up in the air, headed forward by Herrera. There is Fernandez, wins his first header. The ball's pinging around, drops inside the centre circle, just inside the Argentina half. Gutierrez plays a little 1-2 with Moreno. Gallardo's on his bike down the left-hand side. He's going to do well to catch that one. Otamendi comes across to cover, keeps it in play, uses Montiel. Nice football from Argentina. They work a little 1-2. Ball up the right-hand touchline to Di Maria. Di Maria lays it off. Now they find Messi just inside his own half. Works it onto the left foot. Sprints 10 yards to his left, releases the pass. Here's Alexis McAllister, just inside Mexico's half. Messi still with him. Glides away from Gutierrez, tries to slide it through to Lautaro Martinez. Too much traffic there for Messi to get through to get to the rebound. And Mexico clear up towards Vega, and Vega and Martinez are having a right old wrestle to try and win this ball. And the free kick goes against Argentina. Alexis Vega's done a good job. On the right-hand side, Chris, this time for Mexico, they get a free kick.
Yeah, but Argentina looked dangerous then, because the Mexicans threw a few players forward. Gallardo high up on that left-hand side, lost the ball. They tried to press Argentina high. And Argentinians played through them there, looked more of a threat. It will suit Argentina if this game becomes open.
Mexico win the game tonight. Not only do they knock Argentina out, they would only need a draw against Saudi Arabia to get themselves through to the last 16. They've only ever beaten South American opposition once at a World Cup in 13 attempts. Free kick comes into the box. That is good delivery. It's a really good header away by Otamendi, who was facing his own goal and glances the header backwards. And now Argentina able to bring it away down the right. De Paul chases the pass. He's covered. It's knocked out of play for an Argentina throw. De Paul tries to hurry Argentina along. Sees Enzo Fernandez in a bit of space. Throws the ball to him just inside Mexico's half. Only got just over half an hour left of the game, and Argentina need to find something. Draw doesn't eliminate them. They have to beat Poland, but even then, they're then relying on the tiebreakers to try and get through. And Poland's goal difference at the moment is +2. Argentina's is -1, so that is in Poland's favour.
We can discuss that after.
I'll leave that to you, Chris. You're the man. Enzo Fernandez plays the ball to his right. De Paul slides it down the right-hand side to the right-back Montiel. Back to De Paul. This is slow, and Mexico are just able to hold their shape, and every time an Argentina player gets the ball, one of the Mexicans moves towards them. Now they come across to the right to Montiel. Needs something different to try and break this Mexican defence down. Could it be this cross into the penalty area? No, that is headed away by Montes. Ball drops just inside the Mexican half. Otamendi to Fernandez to Montiel.
So it's all in front though, isn't it, of the Mexican blocks. It's going to be a moment of individual brilliance.
Di Maria
to be to see for Mexico.
Di Maria on the left finds McAllister. The pass took a deflection, doesn't matter. Edge of the box to Paul, trying to work a bit of space. Closed down. Lozano brings it away. He's tackled. Not going to get the free kick for that. And Argentina have it again. And Mexico sitting deep now. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. If you're on the move during this World Cup, 4 more commentaries coming your way tomorrow. Remember, BBC Sounds app. You can get the commentaries all the time. You can take that World Cup with you wherever you go. Whether Argentina are still going to be in it by the end of tonight, well, we have to wait and see. Can Di Maria work something here from the right-hand side? Stops in his tracks, heads back towards the right wing, tries to flick a little pass through to Lautaro Martinez.
Are they playing with enough urgency, though? You mentioned it.
Yeah.
There's not that quickness of passing, is there, to try and create that bit of space?
Lot of possession here for Argentina. Di Maria, the ball spins up off his left foot, gets across in early, diving header away by Cesar Montes. Cannot break through the green wall at the moment. Mexico comfortably dealing with everything. 17 minutes gone in the second half. Argentina 0, Mexico 0. Diagonal hit from right to left towards Acuna. Alvarez covers it, heads it away. Lisandro Martinez is there, down the line. Alvarez intercepts. Vega tries to play the ball forward. It's blocked. Out for a throw into Mexico in the right back position. Double change, Chris, coming for Argentina.
No surprise there. They need to change something. Lautaro Martinez off.
Okay, and Julian Alvarez of Manchester City on, who's looked really sharp actually for Manchester City in recent weeks when he's had his chances. Change at right back as well, no surprise there. Montiel on the yellow card, so Nahuel Molina, who started the first game for Argentina, the defeat against Saudi Arabia, comes on and replaces him at right back. Let's see what Julian Alvarez can do. El Aranita, he's known as, Chris, the little spider. Flick on to Lozano. This fella's known as Chucky. He's got a lot of work to do out there. He's all on his own for Mexico. Chased by Otamendi. Takes the ball down to the byline. Has he won the corner? No. Goal kick Argentina.
What would you be? What would you be, do you think? A little what?
Answers on a postcard. Are you thinking an insect, Chris?
I don't know, just a question. How would
a bee, a worker bee. I seem to be doing all the work over here in terms of the washing, the cooking and the cleaning. Maybe. Messi.
I'd have you down as a sort of elephant seal pup.
Di Maria. Cross to Messi. Sits up for him. Drives the shot! Lionel Messi! Does it for Argentina! Of course he does! Finally the moment comes! Low driven shot! Beats Ochoa to his left-hand side. 40,000 Argentina fans go absolutely absolutely wild inside the stadium. Finally, Messi wakes up. Argentina wake up. They're here at the World Cup, and they lead Mexico by a goal to nil.
Well, we've been waiting, haven't we? A long, long time for that moment of magic. And guess who delivers? It's a brilliant goal. Gotta say, Argentina haven't looked like scoring. And it was going to be a moment of individual brilliance, and Messi just hangs out. 30 yards from goal, and the ball's fed to him. I think it's Di Maria who feeds the ball to him, and he has time and space, takes a lovely left-footed touch, allows the ball across his body, and with his second touch hammers the ball in on the bounce into the corner. No chance for the goalkeeper. Messi makes his mark. Argentina in front.
64th minute of the game. That was the moment. Second goal of this World Cup for Lionel Messi. Argentina took the lead against Saudi Arabia, couldn't hold on. Mexico going to make a couple of changes to try and do something about it. The group, of course, changes as well. Argentina will take themselves to 3 points. They'll move above Saudi Arabia on goal difference. They'll be a point behind Poland. They know if they win these last two games, they will make it through to the last 16. Kevin Alvarez, I think, went off there. Is that right? And Jimenez has come on. And Uriel Antuna is on for Alexis Vega. And Uriel Antuna is El Brujo. He's the wizard. And Messi has been the magician, as he so often is for Argentina. Low-driven shot into the bottom corner. His 8th goal for Argentina at the World Cup, levels with the great Diego Maradona. Acuña's brought down by Herrera, cynical foul. Herrera gets booked, and Argentina and their fans have come alive.
An immediate change of shape from Tata Martino. Mexico have gone to a back four. Everything changes now. That piece of Messi, brilliant, wonderful goal. Argentina needed him, he stepped up. Now there'll have to be a change of plan from Mexico.
Double change coming for Argentina as well. Christian Romero and Ezequiel Palacios are about to come on. Ball forward up to the edge of the Argentina penalty area. Raúl Jiménez offers a different threat for Mexico now. Cross in from the right, it's deflected. Lisandro Martinez clears with his left foot. Acuña heads it on. Ball is chased by Julian Alvarez. Doesn't fall for him. Montes plays it forward. That's blocked by Acuña, out for a throw-in to Argentina, and suddenly a totally different urgency, of course, from Mexico. Now, if they lose this game tonight, they will have to beat Saudi Arabia in their final game, and then it's up to the tiebreakers for them. They're going to have to hope to try and edge Argentina or Poland on the group tiebreakers. Look away to our left-hand side. That enormous two-tiered stand is just a swirl of blue and white. Shirts and flags being spun around above the heads of the fans. Messi has done it for them so far this evening. Jimenez's ball floated over to the left. Here's Lozano for Mexico. Gutierrez, his pass takes a deflection.
Lozano's gone out to that left-hand side. Jimenez, you know, is a centre forward, and then Antuna out to the right for Mexico. 4-3-3.
Jimenez down the line to Antuna. Antuna does well there, plays it back to Jimenez, back to Antuna again. Cross comes into the near post, thumped away, and that will be a corner for Mexico. So here comes the change for Argentina. Alexis McAllister is being replaced by Ezequiel Palacios. We've got just over 20 minutes remaining in the game. Argentina leading by a goal to nil. And Angel Di Maria is being replaced by Christian Romero, the Tottenham centre-back. So that will mean a little change for Argentina in terms of the way they are going to set up. Argentina's fans feeling a lot better about life thanks to Lionel Messi's left foot. 8 goals at the World Cup finals, level with Diego Maradona, 2 behind Gabriel Batistuta, who is the record scorer at the World Cup for Argentina. So, free kick for Argentina. Emi Martinez gets ready to take it, just outside his penalty area on the left, launches it high with his right foot. Just over 20 minutes to play. 5 Live on BBC Sounds. Argentina leading by a goal to 0. If you missed the goal and you're listening on a smart speaker this evening, you can tell BBC Sounds to rewind 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you like. Get back to it if you want to hear it, catch up with the action again. Throw in for Argentina on the left. Acuna gets ready to take. Boxing on the way on 5 Live tonight, by the way, after the World Cup action. Dillian White against Jermaine Franklin, live from Wembley from about 10:15 UK time this evening. Messi, ball out wide to Acuna, cross comes into the box, runs to the edge of the box and hit with the outside of the right foot, and hit well, but off target by the right back Molina.
Yeah, it was wing back to wing back there. Ball fizzed across from the left-hand side, and then Molina hammering the shot, wild effort, right-footed, blazed over the bar. Argentina will want to get that second. There's some breathing space. Looks like they've gone back to it. 3 centre-halves again.
Yeah, Otamendi right-sided, Christian Romero on in the middle, Lisandro Martinez on the left, Acuna still at left wing-back, Molina at right wing-back, and Messi the furthest forward at the moment, Julian Alvarez, up there with him. He's trying to win the ball off Eric Gutierrez. Gives away the free kick. 20 minutes to play. Defeat not terminal for Mexico's chances, but they'd have to beat Saudi Arabia, and then it still wouldn't be guaranteed going through. Goal kick for Argentina. Raul Jimenez comes across to chase the ball and almost try and put it on the spot here to try and get Argentina to hurry things up. Did you feel the goal coming, Chris?
No. Well, no. I don't think you did as well.
Well, no, but didn't you say just before that you were sort of asking me, was the intensity building?
No, I just felt that it was always going to be a moment of individual brilliance which was going to change a game like this. And guess who popped up? But it's been an ugly game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know, Mexico set out to stifle and frustrate, and they've done that for a large part, but that's always the danger. They've offered very little going forward, and now they're going to get desperate. Change of system. Can they create an opportunity?
Might open up for Argentina as well. They've got the ball at the moment. That's a poor pass, which is easily intercepted by Chavez in midfield. Argentina have it wide on the right-hand side. Julian Alvarez is waiting for that cross if it does come in. Messi's lurking just on the edge of the penalty area. Couldn't quite find him. Back it comes into midfield. Fernandez flicks it towards Messi, heads it up in the air. Messi's caught there accidentally as he was challenging for an aerial ball. Play continues down in the Argentina half. Interception back there, and the ball is thumped out of play by Christian Romero for a throw into Mexico on the right, and Messi's absolutely fine. Another change coming from Mexico. Lozano's coming off to be replaced by Roberto Alvarado. He wears number 25. He's straight on into the action. Argentina 1, Mexico 0. A result which will put Argentina second in the group, a point behind Poland, ahead of playing them in their final fixture on Wednesday. Chris and I will be bringing you commentary of that one. 7 o'clock kickoff. The last group games, of course, kick off at exactly the same time. So it'll be commentary on one, updates on the other, and permutations, Chris, as things change throughout the evening, which is very exciting.
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing from Argentina's point of view is to, you know, have it in their own hands, and a win would create that opportunity, wouldn't it? That's the most important thing.
Mexico have got to try and find themselves an equaliser. Just over 15 minutes to play. Long ball up towards Jimenez. He jumps, he can't win that header, and it bounces through into the arms of Emi Martinez, who's going to take his time with the ball in his hands. Holds it on the edge of the box. He's in light green, Mexico in dark green shirts as he clears with his right foot. Alvarez battles with Montes. That is not a fair fight. Montes wins the header. Fernandez does well for Argentina, being heavily challenged there, looking for Messi. Referee tried to play the advantage, and that is a free kick for Argentina. Still scrappy though, isn't it, Chris? The whole game.
It is scrappy, but it's all about the win for Argentina. They always seem to find a way against Mexico, don't they?
They do. Yeah.
An amazing run they've had against them.
Messi has scored 6 goals in his last 6 games, or he's scored in his last 6 games for Argentina, so he's certainly been delivering, and he's been delivering at this World Cup, and at the moment he's got Mexico on the rails, on the rack here as De Paul plays down the right-hand side. Argentina are giving the ball away. Chavez tries to turn and play it forward, intercepted by Fernandez. Messi, now that's the kind of space he wants. Good challenge on him, but Messi gets it back. Antuna in with the first tackle, second tackle on Messi. They might still be able to find him here. Gutierrez on the turn. Messi stretches a right foot out to try and win the ball. He couldn't. Here's Chavez for Mexico. 2 Argentina players around him. Heavy challenge, foul. Free kick for Mexico. 15 minutes to play. Argentina 1, Mexico 0.
Yeah, but they're playing with a ferocious intensity now, aren't they? The Argentinians. They know what's at stake. And they don't want to let this one slip. So, staying concentrated at the back, being disciplined, and trying to break out.
Moreno's ball forward to Alvarado. Mexico knocked the ball out of play, and look at Nicolas Otamendi thrusting his 2 arms high in the air, trying to encourage the Argentinian fans to give them even more inside this stadium. You can hear the support they've got behind them. Not been pretty so far this evening, but Argentina have that crucial lead thanks to the goal from the star man Messi. Here is Messi, wide on the right inside his own half, tackled, throw in Argentina, happy to take their time.
Lemmy Martinez I can't remember a save he's had to make.
No, well, from the free kick in the first half.
Well,
that was a save, Chris. It was going in. Ball forward from Araujo. Jimenez lays it off. Gutierrez plays it out to the left-hand side. Here's Gallardo in his yellow boots. That's a good ball. Chavez back to goal inside the Argentine penalty area. Couldn't quite get it to Alvarado in space to get the shot away. Nice from Herrera. Plays it out wide to the left. Gallardo back to Herrera again. Herrera looks up. Pass across the halfway line. Montez's first-time ball is intercepted there on the halfway line by Palacios, and that's a lovely pass down the left. Julian Alvarez at speed into the Mexican box, cuts it back. Messi's there, took a little touch, couldn't quite tee himself up for the shot, and Mexico clear, but only for now. Here's Acuna on the left-hand side. He's chased. Acuna still going, beats one man, can't beat the second man. Araujo is there just in time, clears with his right foot. Aerial challenge midway inside the Mexican half. Ball drops for Messi. Advantage played. Messi, little ball to Alvarez, trying to get it back to Messi. Angle is really tight for Messi here. There's the cutback, drove it hard. Ochoa blocks it with his left foot. Did it go behind? Assistant referee says yes, it did. Goal kick.
Yeah, a little give and go, but with Mexico trying to get back into the game, his space is opening up for Argentina. And Messi just about kept that one in, but Alvarez unlucky before. Left-hand side, fed the ball across. Messi had made the run, but was well defended in the end.
Messi slowly gets to his feet and is just walking out of Ochoa's penalty area at the moment. They'll exchange a little fist bump, the pair of them, both playing in their 5th World Cup. We were just speculating possibly ahead of the game, weren't we, Chris, after Ochoa had saved the Lewandowski penalty, whether Messi might face one against Ochoa. 2 hugely experienced World Cup players this evening, but he's beaten him from long range to have Argentina in front. Raúl Jiménez is deep at the moment for Mexico. The ball inside the Argentina half. He's got the ball on his right foot. He's looking to play it into the edge of the box. Argentina might be able to counter from this. Palacios is tripped. Free kick Argentina. Clock is ticking down. 12 minutes remaining.
Yeah. Argentina very comfortable this moment in time, drawing the foul there. Palacios. Herrera's had a good game in the heart of that Mexican midfield. They're just going to try and run the clock down now, the Argentinians.
The whole Argentine nation grateful to Lionel Messi for the goal this evening, which very much keeps their World Cup hopes alive, and the listeners to 5 Live Sport and the World Cup Daily podcast grateful to him. because he's got Argentina in front, which means that document Chris has been talking about with myriad permutations in case the game is a draw may have to be torn up and thrown in the bin, sadly. Header away from Montes. Here's Alvarez, nice control, gives it to Messi. Little turn from Messi. Gutierrez on a yellow card, got to be careful. A couple of fouls on Messi there, they couldn't get the ball off him. He's won the free kick.
I don't know why that's a foul though.
Because it's Messi.
Yeah, I actually think that you know, you can be aggressive against Messi. He can make you look foolish, but I think that was an okay amount of force there. Mexican midfielders just wriggles out of things, doesn't he, Messi? Yeah. Little Messi.
That's the word. Rodrigo de Paul takes the free kick. Argentina not even interested in putting that inside the box.
Gotta say Mexico though. Yeah. They've been woeful going forward.
Certainly not going to help the manager Tata Martino back home, is it?
No, he's not overly popular.
No.
Well, I know how he feels, of course. But it was a snore draw, wasn't it, against Poland? And in all truth, they really don't look like creating anything from open play.
Here's Antuna on the right, back to Araujo.
Yeah, do you know what, from Mexico's point of view, though, I think going into the last 10 minutes, 9-8 minutes, it's whether Argentina get nervous. You can see Scaloni screaming for his team to get up the pitch and stay high, but it's up to Mexico to come up with something.
Mexico lose tonight, but then beat Saudi Arabia. They could get themselves to 4 points. Poland already on 4 points. Argentina would be on 3 points with a win this evening. So Mexico could still go through with a win against Saudi Arabia. They've got that great record of constantly getting through to the last 16, but as Chris Sutton's been telling you, they have been desperately disappointing this evening. Antuna goes down, rolls around, wins the free kick. 10 minutes remaining in the game. Argentina 1, Mexico 0. 4 more commentaries coming your way. 5 live on BBC Sounds tomorrow, starting with Chris's favourites, Japan, up against Costa Rica. They asked for you again, didn't they, Japanese television today, Chris, for another interview?
Yeah, they did, but didn't get it done today. But it's always another day, Bruce. But is this an opportunity for Mexico?
It is. Cross into the Argentine penalty area, headed away to the right, headed back across goal. That's so easy for Emi Martinez just to leap up and make the catch.
Yeah, but go back at the Mexican game plan. You know, it was to stifle, to frustrate, but you have to show some ambition going forward. You have to have that threat, and they haven't had a threat all evening.
Martinez clears with his right foot, long one downfield. Gallardo is there, put under pressure by Julian Alvarez. Ochoa, the goalkeeper, just sweeps it out to his right. Montes is able to clear with his right foot. Alvarez doesn't give him a moment's rest, bumps into him. Ball loose inside the Mexican half. Pass infield from Araujo. De Paul wants to win that, but he can't off Chavez. Chavez is strong, might have overhit that pass. Antuna's got to go some to keep that in. He can't. Throw in for Argentina in the left-back position. Argentina 1, Mexico 0. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Japan against Costa Rica. Then 1 o'clock, Belgium, Morocco. 4 o'clock, Croatia against Canada. 7 o'clock, Spain against Germany.
I mean, that's a cracker, isn't it? Spain, Germany, because Spain, 7 goals in the first game. The Germans getting beaten by Japan, but you just never know with Germany. Hansi Flick.
John Murray and Peter Schmeichel will be your commentary team for that game tomorrow evening. Those last 3 games also on BBC One, so if you look for World Cup Extra on the iPlayer, you can watch the pictures and listen to the 5 live commentary at the same time if that's the way you want to do it. Ball out for a throw into Argentina on the right. It has certainly not been pretty. There's been one very special moment which came from the left boot of Lionel Messi, and that is what has got Argentina in front, and they are running this clock down as best they can. Throw in for them inside the Mexican half on the right.
Just, very slow, aren't they, to take this throw? No rush, get over the line anyway, will do.
Here it comes down the line to Julian Alvarez. Argentina still have it, playing a bit of keep ball by the corner flag.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, hang on. Gutierrez made the challenge. Argentina wanted a free kick. Then there was a little bit of tussling with Rodrigo de Paul on the floor as the Mexican players tried to get the ball off him, but it's been calmed down. Mexico bringing it out from the back. Lionel Scaloni, the Argentine manager, still looks anxious. He's leaping around.
Yeah,
on the side
he will
of the
be at 1-0, but there's nothing to suggest that, from what we've seen so far, that Mexico will get back in this game. They may well do, but real lack of urgency. Got to pass with some purpose.
Mexico have it. Wide on the left. Ball is laid back to Moreno, the centre-back, floats it up into the Argentina half. Mendy went for a very acrobatic clearance with his right foot. Could have been a high foot had he caught a Mexican player. Got the ball, it's gone behind for a corner to Mexico. Here's the chance, potentially.
Yep, and it looks like the only way. The Mexican support behind that goal. Maybe a left-footed outswinger.
Mexican corner to be taken, trailing 1-0, coming in from the left, curled in, headed away by Fernandez at the near post for Argentina. Comes back out to Alvarado. Alvarado's curling ball is not a good one. Now then, Messi picks it up inside his own half, sees a runner to his left-hand side. Argentina comes steaming forward, they've overrun it, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. To Argentina in an attacking position, but De Paul couldn't keep the move going.
That was a terrible first touch from De Paul, because the corner wasn't great from Mexico. Messi played a lovely ball to him in the left-hand channel. Took a really heavy touch with the outside of his right boot. Allowed the Mexican defender to come in and win the ball.
Throwing Argentina on the left. Acuna, left wing back, has the ball above his head. 5 minutes plus added time remaining. Argentina leading 1-0. Ball thrown into Julian Alvarez. Volleys it back towards Molina. Molina plays back towards the halfway line. Across it comes to Lisandro Martinez. Wide to his left. Acuna controls it with the outside of his golden boot. Running at the Mexican defenders. Trying to take a couple of them on. I think he's won a corner. He has. Argentina will be very happy with that. So the winners of this group, Group C, will play the runners-up in Group D. So you're talking about France, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia in that group. The runners-up in this group are very likely to play France in the last 16. That could well be France against Argentina.
Yeah, we're doing the Argentina-Poland game, aren't we? Which key game that.
Yeah, absolutely. Poland topping the group on 4 points at the moment. Corner.
Argentina beat them, of course.
Messi playing the ball into the penalty area. Fernandez with his right foot seals the deal for Argentina. His teammates go absolutely berserk. Lovely finish, curling shot into the top corner. What was everyone worried about? Argentina 2, Mexico 0.
This is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? What a finish. Into the far top corner, right-footed, on a postage stamp. Unbelievable finish. That's game, set, match for Argentina. Job done. Fernandez, fantastic Fernandez. Really was just, I mean, we're right behind this, aren't we? Just drives inside the box, left-hand side of the box, gets his head up, and he arrows the ball beautifully into the far top corner. Little step over, lovely step over.
Well,
oh, it's lovely, beautiful, isn't it? No chance for the goalkeeper, just sets it out wide of the goalkeeper. Bend on the ball. Fernandez on the money.
In terms of the Argentina goal scorers tonight, 35-year-old Lionel Messi, who is winning what cap number tonight? His 167th cap. 21-year-old Enzo Fernandez off the bench winning his 5th cap. An unforgettable moment, and this stadium has seen some absolutely fabulous goals. It was Richarlison a couple of nights ago that we saw. Messi got them in front today. It has not been brilliant by Argentina by any stretch, but now they're going to win this game comfortably, and of course the goal difference goes from -1 to +1, who, if it comes down to the tiebreakers, that could make the difference as well. Poland on 4 points, Argentina on 3, goal difference +1, Saudi Arabia on 3, goal difference -1, Mexico on 1 point. Not been a good night for Mexico. Free kick goes Argentina's way. Lionel Scaloni's relaxing now, he's turning and enjoying it all with the Argentina fans, but I mean, 2 great goals, Chris, but in terms of an overall performance...
Yeah, well, do you know what? It hasn't been slick, it hasn't been pretty, but it's all about winning under pressure coming into this game. But 2 incredible finishes. Enzo Fernandez, I mean, you could argue that was better than Messi's goal.
Yeah.
Great little step over. And he had that lovely awareness. You have those pictures in your head as a footballer of what he's trying to do. And it was perfection, wasn't it?
Atmosphere inside the stadium you can hear. I think the atmosphere outside the stadium after the game will continue like this as well. Again, to our left, just a whirl, a blur of blue and white. Again, shirts, flags, everything being twirled above the heads. They're in a good mood. They know that their team is going to have to play better than this as they go further on into the tournament. But they've produced a couple of wonderful goals this evening. Argentina, Messi's on the ball. He's played it back to the halfway line. And Argentina are going to get this done, win this game, and go into their final fixture against Poland, which will be a 5 live commentary on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in very good heart indeed. Here's the 21-year-old Fernandez, tries to play the ball down the line. Mexico intercept, not troubled Emi Martinez at all tonight, and all of a sudden Argentina are away and at the races. Driving forward is Alvarez. Alvarez has been tackled. Montes has won the ball, tries to bring it out of his own half, gets away from De Paul and Molina, plays it to the left-hand side. Here's Alvarado. Alvarado slides a pass through. Free kick conceded for Mexico midway inside the Argentina half. And we're into added time at the end of this game, and it's game over.
It is game over. I mean, they need to score from this free kick, but oh look, they haven't done enough, have they? Really haven't shown enough ambition.
Free kick for them. Chavez takes it. That's dreadful.
Sums them up. It's awful.
Awful free kick. Headed away to Herrera. Herrera, they get lucky. They get a second chance, actually. Antuna, good bit of skill. Cross comes in, headed away. And that'll go out for a Mexican throw on the right. How many minutes of added time do we have at the end of this game? 5, I think. No, 6. 6 minutes of added time, and we played 1.5 of it. Argentina player down hurt at the moment. They're leading by 2 goals to 0. Poland have beaten Saudi Arabia today. I mean, didn't see masses of that game, Chris, but I mean, Argentina-Poland's not a done deal from Argentina's point of view, is it?
I'm looking forward to it. Sounds like you're a bit unsure. I mean, with what's at stake, and you said about the importance of topping this group, because
France potentially.
The likelihood, I mean, that's something which Argentina wouldn't want. We were at the last World Cup, weren't we?
The cooking pot, Kazan, wasn't it?
And Argentina were cooked.
They were beaten 4-3. Mbappe, if I remember rightly, scored 2 that day. I think won a penalty as well with a burst of lightning speed. He scored 2 today, by the way, if you've missed it. France 2, Denmark 1, so France 2 wins out of 2.
He's the one to stop, isn't he?
Yeah. Ball to the right for Herrera.
So Mbappe has made his mark today.
Yes.
Messi has made his mark.
Lewandowski scored today, Chris. Big names coming to the party. Ball to the right. Messi's 5th and potentially final World Cup. He got it going for them this afternoon in the second half. They're leading 2-0. Ochoa.
And Mexico, it takes for them to go 2 goals down, and now they're throwing a few bodies forward.
Yeah, too little, too late for Mexico. Jimenez beaten by Otamendi. They battle for a header inside the Argentina half. Lob forward, Montes heads it away. Messi's chasing here, won't get there first. Moreno clears. Messi in hard there actually on Moreno.
He should be booked for that. Any other player would be booked, but I've been so disappointed with Mexico's response, though.
Yeah, I always think this, Chris, as well. I mean, you've got the fans who've travelled here, but the thousands and thousands of fans back in Mexico will be watching and listening. Shot from the edge of the box doesn't come from Chavez. Good bit of defending for Argentina to get that ball away inside the Mexican half. Here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the hair tied back Plays the ball to his right. 2.5 minutes to go.
And still it's sideways across the back for Mexico. Argentina set up for their back five. Everything's in front of them.
Gutierrez, low ball to his left-hand side. Wonderful scene inside this stadium. Argentina fans will be desperately hoping they'll be returning for the final at the end of the tournament, because that's where we're going to be. Mexico bring it forward down the left. Little flick pass into the penalty area. Jimenez is there, goes for the little Rabona cross, which he pulls off.
What's the point in doing that?
Well, to get a ball into the box,
well,
just
hit it with your left foot, and then it might not get blocked.
I don't think he felt he could get there with his left foot, Chris.
Well, how can you do a Rabona with your right foot?
That was a great cross. I'm sorry.
No.
Come on. You are being a curmudgeon there. Here's Antuna.
Well, and you're into show ponies. Dear me. I went straight to an Argentinian defender. I'd sub him for that.
Oh, come on.
I'd take him off for that. It's okay if there's a product.
If he crossed with his left foot, I think it would have been blocked as well. Another ball into the penalty. Come on,
let's not get into this. We'll have a petty argument later. This, it's all about the Argentina win, isn't it? But
absolutely.
Come on, you are so much better than that. Applauding a Rabona, which comes to nothing.
Minute to go.
You probably thought Anthony at Old Trafford. That was great.
I thought you were going to let this go. Argentina 2, Mexico 0. Let's concentrate on the last minute of the game. I think it may well continue in the flat later on this evening. Wide on the left, cross comes in with the proper foot this time. Intercepted at the near post though, Chris. Argentina bring it away.
I thought you were going to let this go.
Messi dribbling out of his own half. Oh, he's dragged by the shirt. That's a free kick.
That's rugby. Come on, that's not football. They love him. Listen to this.
Well, been one of those nights for Lionel Messi. Not great from him, not great from Argentina for quite a long time, but he lit the stadium up. He brought it alive with the shot into the bottom corner from outside the box. Level with Diego Maradona for 8 World Cup goals. Has never scored one in the knockout stages, and what he desperately wants to do, and what Argentina desperately want him to do with the number 10 on his back, is take them all the way and win a 3rd World Cup. Free kick for Argentina. 6 minutes of added time are up. Emi Martinez plays it long. The Argentinian players asking the referee to blow the full-time whistle. Great night for Enzo Fernandez as well, the 21-year-old off the bench, curled in an absolute peach into the top corner to seal the deal. There we go, all over. Argentina, under massive pressure tonight, have got the job done. Thanks to Lionel Messi to begin with. He's wrapped up in an enormous hug by a couple of his teammates. They weren't brilliant tonight, Argentina, by any stretch, but they've got the win. They're a point behind Poland going into the final group game. Messi's goal got them on the way, and it was actually Messi's pass into Enzo Fernandez, but he had so much to do, the young man. Little step over, little shimmy, bent it into the top right corner, said to Messi, anything you can do, I can do better. And Argentina, Chris Sutton, get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely under pressure going into this game, but the little man came up with another big goal. Wonderful finish from him in a scrappy Argentinian performance, and then Enzo Fernandez, as you quite rightly said, what a finish from him. 2-0, job done, game over, and on to Poland now on Thursday, is it? I think it's
Wednesday.
Wednesday even, but they've still got work to do to top this group.
Chris is going to head straight back to the flat and get working on those permutations for the final group games in this group. But Argentina second in the group, Poland 1 point ahead of them. Fantastic atmosphere, great occasion, a couple of great goals, not a great game. Argentina win it by 2-0. Mark.